Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome via live stream to LJ Hooker Auction Headquarters here in the city. We're so pleased to be able to invite you to share our three submissions this evening. By way of introduction, my name is Kayleen King. I'll be followed up by our brilliant auctioneer Nick Salter Harding for our last two submissions. And of course, if you're registered to bid, we wish you all the very best of luck. Hopefully you're, in your dressing gown with a cup of tea on the lounge, somewhere comfortable, somewhere warm, and we certainly do hope that you have success this evening. Folks, our auctions, even though they're live streamed, we do still conduct them according to the ACT legislation. That does mean I'm just going to run through the terms and conditions under which we act for sale of property by auction in the ACT. Then when Nick or I get to each individual contract, we will just read out the salient points on that contract so that you're very clear around knowing which property that you are bidding for. But listen, before we get started, I'm just going to get our cameraman to do a quick pan around just so that you can see the team. They'll give you a wave and you might recognise the number and the agent that's bidding for you. Terrific. Hi. Fantastic. Thanks, Nick. Great job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way and then we are going to jump straight into it. So, folks, just by way of giving you a bit of a refresh about the terms and conditions, to some degree we take it for granted if you've registered this evening that you've clearly understood the terms and conditions under which we act, but of course we'll just run through a couple. So tonight, as the auctioneer, I do have the right to determine the increments by which we advance. If you do make a bid that I don't think is in the best interests of the owner, I'll let your agent know. They can have a chat to you and perhaps we can negotiate, but generally I'm pretty easy to deal with. I can also refuse a bid. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is a dispute about a bid this evening, I am the sole arbiter as the auctioneer and my decision will be final. If you are the successful bidder, we're going to clap and cheer loudly for you. And then, of course, you have signed an authority that gives your auctioneer the authority to sign that contract on your behalf. We'll have you on the phone, of course, and we'll be asking you to transfer the balance of the agreed deposit this evening. So that's really the formalities out of the way. Let's jump into the first property. So ladies and gentlemen, our first property this evening takes us to Ngunnawal and it is described as Unit Plan 1658, Block 9, Section 14 in the Divisional District of Ngunnawal, known commonly to you, me, and Australia Post as 8 of 50 Marungal Avenue in Ngunnawal. We thank our sellers very much for their clear instructions and of course truly appreciate the opportunity to represent them here in the Canberra market. Andy Colhoun from Colhoun Murphy have prepared the legal documents. The deposit will be held in our Gungahlin Trust account and the sellers have been beautifully represented by Carly Clough from that office. You'll meet her in just a second, and assisted by Naomi Sachs. She's on the phone with one of you as the bidder. They've done a great job and I'm sure having met them you'll have found them to be really helpful and professional. Restriction on transfer is nil and the property is offered for you vacant possession. Fixed floor coverings, light fittings, window treatments as inspected. 30 days to complete, 10% deposit. If you have made other arrangements about the deposit or the settlement date, please rest assured those items will be reflected on the contract and honoured and upheld for you this evening. I'm going to step out of camera and ask Carly to step in and tell you a little bit about the property. Thanks, Carly.
All right, thanks, Kayleen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to first of all thank the sellers for having me look after them. It's been a real pleasure, and this is actually a fantastic property, and clearly buyers have recognised that because we've had lots of interest in the home. It's going to be one of those house alternatives. You've got a great location, you're opposite a reserve, and you actually get that outlook from the lounge room. It's a large, I think it's actually got the largest living area of those units in that complex as well. But new carpets throughout, segregated bedrooms upstairs from downstairs, downstairs toilet. Anyway, look, you've all seen it. For those of you that are registered, I really want to just wish you all the very best of luck, and I know you're going to enjoy it if you walk away metaphorically with the keys tonight. So best of luck.
Terrific, thank you, Carly. Beautifully presented property, move-in ready. It's all there for you. So Folks, if you've got your agent on the phone, who's going to jump in quickly?
460.
460,000, bidder number 1, off and running. I'm going to give you a little clap for that. Well done. And at 460, we're off and running.
470.
470 I have. Come back to me quickly with 480. At 470,000, bidder number 15, well done.
480.
At 480 now, back with our starter. 480 is the call, bidder number 1, 15, come back in. Another 10 I would have thought would be an easy decision. At 480,000,
Will you take 5?
I'll take 5. In the spirit of bidding, we'll take 5 from bidder number 15. And Troy, come back to me quickly.
490.
And 490 he says very quickly. At 490 the bid. I'll take another 5 if you like, bidder 15. Looking straight at you. It's an easy decision to make. I would have thought that $500,000 mark would be incredible value. But at 490,000, bidder number 1, I'm going to call it in your favour.
495.
495 I'll take. Leave the door right open for you for 500. At 495,000, bidder number 15. 495's the call. For the first time of calling at 495,000.
496, Kayleen, is it all
Could I have 2.5?
right? 2.5, no?
495 here. How about 497.5?
4975.
497.5 we have there. $497,500 is the call. I'm going to call it in. Bidder number 15, what would you like to do for the first time of calling to bidder number 1? Second call to bidder number 1 at $497,500.
What was that, sorry?
Bidder number 15, I'll give you a minute. It is a...
499.
I'll take 499. We're moving north. It's great value at that price, I would have thought. At 499,000. Back to you, bidder number 1, if you like. Bidder 15, you're in the lead at the moment at $499,000. 499, first call. Second call of 499,000 with bidder number 15. Bidder number 1, I'm just going to give you a second. It's a big decision. We don't want to rush you. At 499,000, round me up to that 500. You won't regret it. At 499 and 500, bidder number 1, back to you at 500,000. 500's the call, Naomi. I'll take 1 if you like from bidder number 15 at $500,000 for the first time of calling. Second call at 500. Folks, we are on the market.
We're selling.
We're selling. We're on the market for outright sale at 500,000. Bidder number 1, you're in the driver's seat, metaphorically going home with those keys, putting a moving date on the calendar. Bidder number 1 at 500,000 first.
What was that?
Second call at 500,000. Bidder number 15. What would you like to do? You've still got time to jump in if you like.
That's okay. I'll just
No? Okay, at 500,000 for the third final call. Bidder number 1. Welcome to the neighbourhood. Congratulations, bidder number 1, well bought, and to our owners, we wish you all the very best on the next part of your journey, wherever that may be. I'm going to hand over to my colleague Nick Salter Harding just to round us out for our last 2 submissions. Thank you, Nick.
Hey Nick, how you going?
Thank you, Kayleen. Well done, and congratulations to our happy seller and buyer for that beautiful place in Narwhal. I've got the pleasure of working with you for the next couple of submissions, so we will get underway in just a moment. Just bring up the next property now, which is
99
fantastic. 99 Samaria Street in Crace, a gorgeous home. Let me just take you through the contract of sale now. Make sure that we're all here bidding on the same thing, and then I'll introduce the fabulous trio of Tim Russell, Owen Ryan Hicks and Lucas Cole, who have brought this property to you. So 99 Samaria Street in Crace, legally known as Block 21, Section 64 in the Division or District of Crace. Of course, otherwise known to you and your future neighbours as 99 Samaria Street. The seller's solicitor in this case has been LJ Hooker Conveyancing in Belconnen, and Sandra Forrest from that firm has prepared the documentation that you may be lucky enough to have signed on your behalf in just a minute or so. The stakeholder is the LJ Hooker Kaleen Trust account. The selling agent is LJ Hooker Kaleen, and as I alluded to before, they've been fabulously represented by Tim Russell, Lucas Cole, and Owen Ryan Hicks from that office. And I'm sure you found them to be fantastically helpful and very professional during that period. The restriction on transfer in this instance is nil. It's a non-land rent lease property, and we offer it to you today with vacant possession. So nothing whatsoever to inhibit you from moving in as soon as settlement does occur. Goods are described as all fixed floor coverings, light fittings and window treatments as inspected. And of course the boys will tell you in just a few minutes really what else you're getting here at 99 Samaria Street beyond that fairly bland sounding description. That date for completion is on or before 30 days from the date hereof, and the contract does call for a 10% deposit at the fall of the hammer. That is unless of course you have made other arrangements with the team prior to today's auction. So for the time being, that's it from me. But guys, is there anyone here to tell us a little bit more about 99 Samaria Street?
Oh, thanks.
Tim Russell.
Thanks, Nick. And here comes Lucas as well. It has been an absolute pleasure to market this property. Simply gorgeous in not only the amount of utility it offers, but the location as well. We're obviously quite close to the property. We work together every day. But a lovely home, really one of the best on the market right now. And there's only one of these, so we call it a modern family masterpiece, and it really is that. Just a beautiful example of what real estate can be in a pretty reasonable price point, we think, in this market. So wish you all the best of luck, and best of luck to the seller as well.
Good luck.
Thanks guys, and to be honest, well put, there are a few other ways that you really could describe the property. It is a masterpiece. Every minute detail has been attended to. So I'm going to hand it over to you now to bid. 750, first in, best dressed, and bidder number 25. Nice strategy there at 750, straight out of the gate. Would have thought a nice serious rise from there to keep us going, and 800,000 neat. No worries, keep you in for 850 then if you like. Bidder number 25, welcome in bidder number 30 at $800,000 now.
Can I go 810?
New bidder in at 810, and why not? Still seeking maybe that 825 from there, and 820 now back with bidder number 25. Had it for a split second there, folks. It can be yours again, but 825 now back over here with our starter.
Can we take an 825?
825 is where it's at currently.
No, we're at 820.
Oh, at 820, sorry, my mistake. In which case, yes, you can take it to 825. At 825 now, maybe go to 850 from there, and 830 he says, leaving the 850 wide open for you then if you want to come back in at that. At 830,000 now. Sorry?
Yeah, with that.
Yep, fantastic. At 845 he says 835, okay. Well, that's alright, leaving the 850 still open for you if you want to come back in. At 835 now.
It's at 835.
835, that's right. Any further bid, any further offer, 835 otherwise.
40.
First call, and 40 he says. What do you say, sir? 40 over here. Nice easy decision. I would have thought, I mean, you see what's up open at Crace, and 45 then. Still begging that 50,000. 845 the bid.
Yeah, 850.
50 makes a lot of sense. I would have thought even higher from here. Well, of course, we're in Crace. You know the house. You know what houses cost in Canberra. 850 neat though. Back with our starter, and good on you. I'm going to call it in your favour now, sir. First call at 850. 55 then. 60, I'd suggest keep you in nice and quickly. Bidder number 30, if you're still with us. 60 you say, fantastic, good on you. And 60 now, what do we say back with our starter? 860 over here on my left, 65 now, back with you, our starter. Bidder number 25, good on you. At 860,000, 65 if you like, sir. Fit it.
It's 865.
Oh, at 865, thank you. 870 then if you like, even better. 865,000 the call, 865 the offer, and it's in your favour again. It'll go 3 times. First call at $865,000 only. Second call,
870.
and 870 he says.
875.
Surely you've got that next one already loaded in the chamber. Bidder number 25. Easy decision, yes. You've got Owen in a statuesque pose at the moment. I like the power that you're exerting over him. Love to see that bidder's paddle raised.
Another 5.
Another 5 to 75 then.
We're in second place, Nick.
I know.
To be 8, we need Nick, the buyer.
Oh, right. This is getting too confusing. So as it turns out, I'm also Nick. You're the Nick that needs to make the decision now, though. We're at 870 over here.
875.
At 875, well done, Nick 1. You give me Nick 1, I'll be Nick 2. At 875 now with Nick 1.
880.
At 880, nice and quick, easy decision. Makes a lot of sense to me. At $880,000, we're still going. What do you say, Nick? Also, don't think I've forgotten about
Yeah,
your buyer
85.
out there. And 885, yes. 90, of course, I would have thought any day of the week. At $885,000 now. First call then, in your favour, Nick. Second call at $885,000 in front. Third, last chance,
890.
890.
890.
Good on you.
95.
Another 5, surely it's worth another 5. Any day of the week at 890,000 now. Once, twice,
So let's go.
third call at $890,000.
What do you want to do? 10? 5?
I like 10 better than 5.
895? Or can I get 895?
It's a
Yeah,
yes from me, Nick.
895.
895, of course. And what that does for your buyer, Brendan, it leaves the 900 door wide open for you to waltz leisurely through. At 895 now, back with our starter. Strong position. Still anyone's game though. At 895,000, seeking that 9 or something maybe a little bit above if you want to wrap this up nice and quickly. First call then at 895,000. Second call, 895. Has it at the moment at 900. 900, nice and neat. What does that mean for you, Nick? Love to see you back in front. We're at $900,000 now here with bidder number 30. Well done. You're in that pole position. You've done well so far. Looks like it is a narrow race at this point. It's just, it's anyone's game as to who's going to end up with the keys at 905, he says. Still edging in those 5. I'll throw a bit of advice out there for anyone who's willing to listen. The 5s don't seem to be cutting it at the moment. Try something maybe big, bold. Try to shut this one down in your favour. 905's in the lead at the moment.
Thank goodness.
Once, twice then, third call at 905,000. What do we say, bidder 30? Give it another shot. You've been close a number of times now.
And there's,
The bids seem to be coming slower and slower each time. It means you're getting closer to your goal.
I think they had books there.
Could be the last 5. You don't know. But at 905, 910 might keep you in. Something like 920, 925 may even just shut things down. Who knows? But you're doing well, bidder number 25. You're in front, where you want to be. Just doing my job, of course, making sure that there isn't any more competition out there for you. What do we say, Brendan? We're still in. That's not a certain face by any stretch of the imagination. He's not sure. And Owen, at the moment, at 905, Nick, it's just a little bit below my written instructions, so I can't sell it to you right here and now. I might just have to get an update on those instructions from the team, unless there is, of course, another bid. And that's certainly not out of the running, because I see a lot of pacing, a lot of frantic conversations over there with Brendan and his buyer. If you'll maybe come up a little bit more, bidder number 25, you might just be in the position to take this one. At the moment, I'm at the mercy of the written instruction, which is just a little bit above what we're talking here at 905. But you are currently in a strong position to take that away. Of course, I know we've got 2 other registered bidders here vying for the property as well. If you come back in now, you've got that opportunity. You're in the minority here, not the majority. You're in the minority of people who can sign a contract, pay the deposit, and get the deal done tonight. Remember that. It's a strong position to be in. Don't squander the opportunity though, because you can buy today with only a couple of competitors, or you can buy tomorrow. And I'll tell you what, selling out there as an agent in private treaty land, properties with prices on them, it's less of a simple transaction, and there's usually a fair few more people involved. If you haven't noticed, bidder number 30, I'm working my ass off to buy you a little bit more time here. I hope you use it well. At 905 still with our starter, bidder number 25, and we're just below instructions. Tim, what do you say? If I can't get another bid, I might just have to hold that property over in your bidder's favour.
Yeah. Chris Snappoint will come to you at the close.
Okay,
Yeah.
no worries. I understand they're just having a bit of a private chat with our highest bidder, number 25, our starter, someone who's shown great pace, great energy through this auction. So we're going to give you a chance to buy it now under the hammer.
He needs just one moment. It's a big decision.
Just one moment.
Yeah, just one moment. He is going to make a decision.
Okay.
Yeah, we just
I'm
need
going
a
to give
little
you
bit more.
exactly 1 moment, bidder number 25. Use it well, and I hope that we see a result here for you
906
any
there.
moment.
We have
Ooh,
906 over here.
906.
Someone-
Welcome back, and hey, I miss you. But 906 now, just edging in front of the competition, and you're in front where you need to be. 906, not a big bridge to cross, by the way, bidder number 25, so I'm sure we're going to see you back here. Have that next bid ready, Brendan, and bidder number 30, because I think we're going to see another one in just a moment.
Need to be in front of them.
I was told exactly 1 moment is all that was needed.
910. Yeah.
910.
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah. 910.
Good
Well
move, I love it. $910,000. Just working us up to that next level. And what does that do for you, bidder number 30? Are you still in or are you out? I get the impression you don't want to be left without this property. So give it everything that you've got here, 910.
There's nothing.
And you probably know from your discussions with Owen, it's still a little bit below my instructions, so I still can't sell it to you quite now.
Get a bidding war going on. No, it's for sale.
What do you say, guys? What do you say, Brendan? Got another one of those ones in you? It might have just worked last time,
Stalled again.
and it could be the last one this time. What do we say, folks? We're below instructions.
What can you go to? What's your absolute limit? Where can you? Where can I? What can I take?
Yeah, I'd say.
I know for anyone joining us at home, it looks like not much is happening right now. I guarantee you quite a lot's happening actually. The agents are having a lot of discussions here with the seller, with the buyer, trying to make those deals happen. We've still got bidder number 30 potentially in the game. He's having a chat with his agent. So there's a lot happening behind the scenes. You'll have to bear with us because at the moment we are just here to make sure that someone buys a property and someone sells a property and that everyone's happy.
Any more money now?
What do you think? Can I go to 915? Can I take that to the owner? Okay, mate.
Come on, Nick. Us Nick's got to stick together here. Let's go one more. We're at 910.
No.
Got one other bidder still threatening to possibly do something. And I certainly hope that you do, because I think it's worth it any day of the week.
Give me 915 and then I promise. If you give me 915, I'll tell them to stop being difficult.
It sounds like a good deal to me. It's usually much more expensive to stop me from being difficult.
So we're at 9. Just give me 915 and see what we can do.
910 in front. I'm liking the sound of that 915 a little better.
Let me come back and we'll get an absolute what we're not selling for.
Thought we were going to get another bid there, and it looks like we're still close. Bear with us, folks.
915. They'll put it on the market at 915.
He just said,
Hold on,
put it
still
on the
need to
market
get extra 5. We're at 910 at the moment.
at 915, put it on the market, as long as no one else bids, it's yours.
Yeah.
915, it's only 5 grand.
It is only 5 grand.
Ever spent as well, I promise you. Yeah.
Hang on.
Come on.
So,
Everyone's watching me, but I'm watching you.
so,
5 grand could be it. All that stands between you and owning this gorgeous home.
tomorrow, there's other people.
You'll not notice it over the course of the mortgage, and when the property prices keep going up,
He said he would. He wanted
it'll
to-
seem like a silly thing to squabble over. I know it's important now, but it won't be important down the track.
Well, that's the same thing for you. Would you want to keep looking? Because I know if we put it on at 910 plus, we'll have people all over it. Guaranteed. It's still good buying. You know it, I know it. 5 grand and it's yours. It's in your hand.
I know if I was 5 grand potentially away from a property, there's probably not much that would stand in my way. Brendan, if your person's still on the phone, I'm getting the notion that you're probably not too far away from ownership either. So bid number 30, if you're still with us, please do make sure that you've given it your all, because we are here to sell at the end of the day, just trying to come to some agreement between the buyer and the seller. But if I don't get that soon, guys, I'm going to have to hold this one over. I'm sorry. Hopefully we can do it here and now. Otherwise, potentially it's done in private negotiations. There might be a few other people for you to talk to. 912, okay. At 912, it does put you back in front, so well done. It's where you need to be. Where you need to be, in front, closer to your goal. Bid number 30 at 912. If you've got anything left in the tank, I'd recommend you put it on now. We're at the tail end here by the looks of things. Yeah, we're on the market. At 912,000, I've got the official go-ahead. Guys, we are for outright sale. We're on the market, so good luck to you. Hopefully you end up with it. Guys, this is decision time now. Bidder number 30, bidder number 23. If you're in, I need to know. I'm going to call it 3 times. We're going to sell the property for want of another bid. First call then at $912,000. Second call, we're selling. Make no mistake, it's walking out the door. Third,
912,500.
oh, bidder number 30.
Give me a quick 500, surely.
You got a bit of a penchant for the dramatic. I like that.
913.
You've got bidder number 25 thinking, and thinking fast, I hope, and 13 then. Guys, it was the $500 that almost shook the world. Do it again and you might actually end up with the property. Another 500 over here, you never know, at 913, otherwise it's back in your court then, bidder number 25, and good luck for you. First call, second call, third call, we're selling. You're absolutely sure? Last chance.
Sell it.
Guys, congratulations, it's yours, it's sold. Sold.
Well done.
Hey! Well done, guys. A hard-fought battle. Congratulations to you who've ended up in the property. I hope you're so happy there. Congratulations as well to our sellers. The team will just take you through, we'll organise the contracts, get you into your new home as soon as possible, and we, in the meantime, will just continue straight along with our next submission, which happens to be in Belconnen. A beautiful complex, great views. A lot of us here know it well. Netanya in Belconnen. Oh, Miramar, sorry. I apologise. I do sometimes get them confused. Miramar in Belconnen, even better actually, because you get a better view of the lake at Miramar.
Beautiful water views.
Really beautiful water views. And Kayleen will tell you all about that in just a moment. So from a contractual standpoint, the property is known as Unit 42, Units Plan 1166, Block 40, Section 55, in the division or district of Belconnen. Of course, known to you and I as 42A of 17 Chandler Street in Belconnen. The seller solicitor in this case is William Haig, barrister and solicitor who prepared the documentation. The stakeholder is the LJ Hooker Canberra City Trust account, where we are based right now in our auction headquarters, and the sales manager from that office and a tremendous agent, Kayleen King, has been responsible for the marketing of the property over the past few weeks. Restriction on transfer is nil. It's a non-land rent lease block and we offer it to you again with vacant possession. The goods are described as all fixed floor coverings, window treatments and light fittings, date for completion on or before 30 days, and a 10% deposit at the fall of the hammer, unless of course you have made alternative arrangements with Kayleen.
Yeah.
And Kayleen, tell us about this. This is a slightly different property than you used to.
Yeah, absolutely. I love this development and I love this little part of Belconnen. This particular unit is up on the top floor and you'll see from the photos in the back, if you're watching with interest and haven't been there, that you get the most stunning views, and I think that is probably one of the most compelling selling features of the property. The property itself, 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, walking distance to everything that Belconnen has to offer. Great opportunity to jump on a bus to get to the city or the ANU, but bike riding around the lake, having a nice walk around the lake, making the most of the area is definitely what you'll be doing if you purchase this property. I thank my seller very much, and certainly for those registered, wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you, Nick.
Well, thank you, Kayleen. I appreciate being involved in these. You know, if you're out there looking at apartments and if you're looking at some of the newer stuff, you'll quickly realise they don't really build them like this anymore. That kind of indoor and outdoor space, the attention to detail, and especially the views there, somewhere as convenient as the Belconnen Town Centre. So we're going to open it up to you now. It's your chance to own. You've seen it already, but 47A of 17 Chandler. What can I do for you?
350.
350, and start your way at 350. Very good.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Right.
350,000, we've got you in there. I'm going to, because I know that you are playing with fewer people around here competing with you, I'm just going to jump right in there and put a bid in on behalf of the seller at 362. It's obviously a very highly calculated bid. You know what the recent sales are in there. We are here to sell, but at 362, that's with me. Anything over 362 could be with you and could put you in a position to own this property tonight. What do you say?
363.
363. And you're back in front, absolutely. Kayleen's just going to have a quick chat with you now, see if you can make this work. I really do hope to see you here. It's just a smidge below my instructions at the moment, but it's in your hands.
Sorry, Nick, big
No, that's
decision.
okay. Big decision, of
Peter's
course.
just going to have a talk to somebody on the phone,
Yep.
if that's okay.
Absolutely. We won't begrudge them that at all. Take a little bit of time to hash it out.
365.
365, good on you. Back in front, strengthening your position, love that. And 365 now, back with bidder number 41. I think Kayleen's just going to go and have a quick chat to the seller. Still just below my instructions, but at the end of the day, the final word is with the seller and not me. So $365,000. Of course, if you're watching at home, you think that's great value, because I certainly do, then don't be afraid to call Kayleen or send her an email. Let us know that you're interested in that property. But there is an opportunity for someone to own it right here, right now. All right.
Sorry, Nick, we've just counted.
No worries,
and,
just having a quick little follow-up meeting over the phone. We'll be with you in just a moment, hopefully with an improved position.
So Nick, I think as far as the most recent sale goes, 378 on a lower floor. So sales in there have certainly been really strong.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's certainly a great spot to be. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Even
you're
good buying at 378, you know, for what it
absolutely.
is.
And certainly when you get those views, you've got an extra 2 floors, so an amazing views.
Absolutely. It always helps. What do you say, sir? And sticking at 365, okay, in that case, I can't quite sell it to you here. Kayleen's going to have another quick chat to you. Love to see you back in front, the new owner of this property. It's a good way to buy at the expense of all the rest of the competition that's out there, because again, you're the one here who can sign and who can pay today, which is always of interest to an owner. But again, if you're out there thinking that this is good value, make sure that you let us know now. We always want to do the best thing by our clients. At $365,000 current offer for this great spacious property at Miramar. Beautiful views. They're not making more of them like this anymore, folks, and certainly not at this price, I can promise you that. At $365,000. If we can do it for you, sir, we will. There might just need to be a slight adjustment, and if there is, it could be the difference between ownership or not.
So
That's all right. Just going to have another quick catch up with the agent. Folks, by the way, if you're out there looking for property, I highly recommend that you get in to see a good mortgage broker as early as you possibly can. One of the things that we're finding, especially in the wake of both the Banking Royal Commission and of course COVID-19, we're finding those approval times are getting pushed out a little bit longer than they normally have. So what might have taken only a few days is now sometimes taking weeks. And approval can be the difference between you having an offer accepted on a property that you love and being left in the lurch.
366.
366, good on you. $366,000. We'll see what we can do. Got you there, just bear with us. At $366,000 over at Miramar. Still great buying, as Kayleen said. Recent sale in there at $378 on a lower floor too. If you can pull this off, you might just be picking up a bargain. At $366,000. So yeah, folks, get on to your broker as soon as possible. It could be the difference between you getting a place that you love and being left out. And if you can get to a position where you can come to a night like this, as you can see, you're not quite competing with the same number of people as you are making offers out there with properties that have prices on them.
Nick, we're on the market.
We're on the market.
At 360.
That is exciting news. $366,000. And so it looks like I'm going to sell to you, unless of course another bidder happens to come out and just snatch it away. But otherwise, it's in your hands then at $366,000. First call, second call, third call. We're selling. We're selling. And so congratulations, well bought. Well done to all of our new owners and recent owners as well. We've loved having you around. Enjoy your new properties, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you so much.